Part 2, just because. When you are going to do a martial art for your life, you are going to have a conglomerate of choices. There's Kung Fu, you have thousands of Kung Fu styles. There's Karate, you have thousands of karate styles. There's Kempo, I can only guarantee you for sure there's 2. There's Taekwondo, I can guarantee you for sure that there's 3. No, I can guarantee you that for sure. Because you have Olympic Taekwondo, you have a freestyle form of Taekwondo, that's some shit you can learn at the YMCA, and then you have traditional Taekwondo. Alright? I know you're going to ask me, so I'm going to go ahead and break that down for you right now. Olympic Taekwondo is mostly made famous by Herb Perez. If you do not know who he is, you should Google him. He is a legitimate badass Olympic star champion. Alright? Also known as Olympus from WMAC Masters. Good guy. Good guy. Traditional Taekwondo. There's a fuck ton of forms, Tosan included, which I still can't do to this day. And I'm not going to say it's not usable. It's very usable in the dojo. Alright? And in probably a Korean temple or whatever. And then that freestyle Taekwondo, which is basically a combination of whatever the hell the instructor wants to teach you from traditional Taekwondo, possibly some Olympic Taekwondo. Alright? That's why I guarantee you there's at least 3 styles of Taekwondo. 4 if you count Naharte, which is Japanese. And I still can't do Tosan or Tungu from either one of those styles. Alright? Till this day. Damn near 20 years later, I still can't do those katas worth to save my shit. And as I explained to Master Ennis, before he passed, before he committed seppuku, I specifically told him, when I was training in martial arts, I was taught 2 things. A punch is a punch, a kick is a kick. That's the first thing. The second thing is, it doesn't matter how hard that punch or kick is, it matters where you land it. Alright? You have kill zones, those are your targets. You have your center line, which all martial artists, I don't give a damn what they tell you, they are going to teach you your center line, your whole chi line, what can hurt you, what can't hurt you. They're going to teach you from the top of your head all the way back around to the top of your head. Because your center line goes through the top of your head and out your ass. They don't describe it that way. They make it seem like if you stand this way, that there is an oval that goes all the way around and down and back up. I just keep that shit real. There's a central line. Your chi runs from your core all the way through your body. They will tell you your chi comes from your gut. But most people will tell you that your chi, it goes, all through the body. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that you're going to have Street Fighter, Dragon Ball Z, Mortal Kombat capabilities with chi. I'm not going to feed you that shit. Because I've never done it. And as far as I'm concerned, that will remain on the realm of fantasy. However, some myths and legends do have some truth to it. I will not say that burning knuckles exist. I will say that I felt my hand catch on fire one time in the middle of a fight. Now, I can't look at it and see the fire, but I could feel my hand burning up inside. Alright? Now, if that's the chi that is meant for me to feel, that's what I felt. Now, I will tell you another thing. My sensei, Hirome Johnson, who was teaching me Qigong, taught me how to feel other chis, because the only chi I ever felt before I met her was just that. Now, she taught me how to feel it internally throughout the body. Since I stopped taking lessons, I sadly have forgotten everything she taught me, except for the deer picks the fruit. Okay? So outside of that, I will say that some chi does exist. But until I see or have someone whip up a chi ball and shoot me with it, I'm going to count that on the fantasy side. But the first second that I see that, I promise I will let someone know. I'm hoping that the day that happens, it's being recorded, even if I'm the guy on the receiving end of an ass whooping. I hope that somebody's recording somebody whipping up a ball of chi and shooting me. Now, there have been things on YouTube with old Chinaman doing something like this. He's like this far away from the target when the bitch catches on fire. Because he does this, the Miyagi shit, and then he does that, and the shit just catches on fire. Now, I'm not going to say that doesn't happen. Because we've seen it on YouTube. Doesn't mean that there wasn't a gimmick to it. Rice paper has a low frequency of thinness, so it probably will catch flame with enough friction from you to catch fire. Am I going to be dumb enough to go out and go ask some Asian person to give me all the rice paper in their house so I can see if I can do it? No, I'm not going to do that because I know how bad my luck is. First, they're going to ask me if I'm insane. Then they're going to say I'm racist. And then they'll probably slam the door in my face. Or they're going to slam their foot into my face because I asked an Asian person for some rice paper, which is kind of racist when you think about it. Now, I will say this. Just because you see something doesn't make it legit, doesn't make it not legit. You have to formulate your own judgment, which is what I say about martial arts in general. You have to formulate your own judgment. But I will tell you this. There are some body shapes and sizes that some martial arts you should probably not take. Alright? If you're like Yao Ming's side, Thai fighting is probably more up your alley because it's range, you know. If you're my size, traditional kung fu, wushu, let me be really selfish on this, or let me be really biased. Let me be biased. As a small person, you are capable of more feats in martial arts just because you don't have that much weight or girth to maneuver around. Alright? So if you're like 5'7" to 4'11", or 4'11" to 5'7", you can pretty much take damn near every martial art where you won't accidentally knee yourself in the face. Okay? But for certain body heights and styles and weights, there are some martial arts that you just should not take. Alright? If you're 6 feet, you're still in that safety zone of taking certain martial arts. If you're like 6'6", 6'7", your body is really not designed for certain martial arts. And I'm not saying that because I'm sure and I'm truly biased, but I'm being biased about it because of the simple fact that, you know, certain martial arts take a standard requirement of less reach. And if you watch certain martial artists when they're fighting people taller than them, the taller martial artist has to make extra movements to get to you. Prime example, if you go watch Game of Death and you watch Kareem Abdul-Jabbar using Jeet Kune Do to fight the guy that taught him with Jeet Kune Do, you will see that Kareem's reach well towers over Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee's 5'7", Kareem's like 6'9", or whatever the fuck it was. But, you know, Kareem still has to bend way down to hurt him. This is where adaptation would come in. If you're 6'7" and you're swinging with everything you got, and I'm a judo expert, hip toss. I'm going to hip toss you all day. Because I have gravity on my side. You have to swing down at me. You outweigh me. Your height and your balance is going to be a little bit off. So, to correct that, and if you're like 6'7", 6'8", I'm going to tell you straight. Thai fighting. Thai fighting's for you. Real Thai fighting. Not American kickboxing, although that will lead you to Thai fighting. Real Thai fighting. And the reason I say that is because you have short Thai fighters. You have taller Thai fighters. The taller Thai fighters' records seem to be a little bit more aggressive knockouts than the shorter Thai fighters. The average Thai fighter is anywhere from 5'7" and up, but Asians aren't really tall, so they're getting there. But I think like the tallest Asian besides Yao Ming is between 6'1" and 6'2". We don't really get a whole lot of Asia in America, and the tallest Asian I've ever met in my life, not counting Native Americans, the tallest Asian I've ever met in my life has been like 6 even, and he was in the army with me, you know, and he actually might have been 6'1", 6'2" himself, because I wanted to beat the shit out of him. That would have been Drill Sergeant Walsh. So he was a pretty tall Asian dude, but he might not have been full Asian. But, you know, he was pretty damn tall, you know. And the thing with that is, you know, I was working on anger on that one. But, you know, the taller a person is, if they're fighting a smaller opponent, they're going to have to work down. Part of the principle of judo is that I use your force and your weight against you. So if you're 6'11", and you're throwing a punch down at me, and you're going to put everything you can into that punch, all I have to do is just get the hell out the way, really. And you're off balance. If I sidestep and put my foot out and push you over it, you're going down. If I'm an evil son of a bitch and you throw it down and I block, grab, twist, and grab you by the tuft of your belt and shoulder throw you, just like wrestling, it's not that difficult for it to be done. The difference is wrestling is more stage combat, but these motherfucking wrestlers are tough as hell. So don't ever think that a wrestler's not tough. But as a martial artist, because I'm not a wrestler, I need to be taught how to wrestle you without hurting you, which is what the schools are for. But for me, as a fighter, I don't give a shit. If you throw that punch down there and I can rock your hand out the way and drive one of these into your guts, I'm going to do that. If I have to hit you in the crotch while you're swinging that mighty hand at me, I'm going to do that. If I have to knuckle strike the top of your knuckles with my hand, I'm going to do that. Why? Because a lot of people are going to look at this video and say, James, you are full of shit. And then James is going to look back from this video and say, have you tried it? Because this is how you know when shit is effective. If you haven't tried it, you're going to know if it's effective or not by trying it. If you haven't tried it, the only thing you're going to do is find out one or two things. You're going to find out how much bullshit I have that's flying out my mouth, or you're going to find out the truth. Now here's the thing. Everybody I've ever fought has been bigger than me. I'm 5'3½". That's it. 5'3½". Just found out the other day I'm only $115, so I'm not happy. I need to get my weight up. But I don't need to do a lot of rumbling to prove that I'm good. I know what I'm doing. I have been fighting since I was 6 years old. I'm 46 now. So that's 40 years of fighting experience and training that you have to be able to get through. Not that you can't, because anybody can get lucky on any given day, gone to sleep. It can happen. It's when you don't think that you can get your ass beat is generally when you wind up getting your ass beat. Now, my big sister and I fought like cats and dogs. And she beat my ass legitimately with one fucking thing that no martial artist has ever prepared me for. The fucking windmill. That's right. The windmill. And so, when you think about all the training that I went through so that my sister couldn't beat my ass, and this block right here don't work against the windmill because it's coming down the middle. You know, they didn't prepare me to do this shit for the windmill because I didn't know the windmill was a thing. The only girl I ever fought was my big sister. And she windmilled my ass every fucking time. So you have to understand the concept of fighting before you get into a fight. You have to understand that you are going to get hit. You are going to feel some pain. And how you recover from that is going to decide, are you going to lay there and get your ass beat? Or are you going to fight back until y'all can't? I'm one of those people, I'm going to fight back unless I'm knocked the fuck out. I'm going to fight back. Just because of the fact that it's what I've been taught to do. Now, I bump into people all the time to talk about martial arts, and it's like, well, what if this doesn't work? What if that doesn't work? I say, here's the thing. You're not going to know what's going to work until it's battle time. And you can go in battle with a plan. In your head, you're going to have a plan. And that plan is really simple. I'm going to go in, I'm going to hit this guy in the face, and I'm going to knock him the fuck out. I'm going to hit him one time, and I'm going to drop him. That ain't how you should go into a fight at all. I have one plan too. I'm not going in with a kick first. I'm not going in with a punch first. I'm going in with bad intentions, and my intentions for me is that I'm going to survive. Alright? A fight is situational. A fight, depending on where you are in the fight, is going to make you or break you. If enough people see you and you win, word gets around, people know not to fuck with you. If no one sees you when you win, people don't know not to fuck with you, except that guy that's standing there on the ground that you just whooped up on. He'll know not to come back, or he'll get stupid and go get somebody else and they'll come after you. It just depends on where you are in life and your situation. I have been jumped twice in my life. Twice. No. maybe 3 times. If you count the, maybe more than that. But for real fights, I've only been jumped twice. No. Not even real fights. One was a real fight. One was just classmates being a jerk. In the 8th grade, I got jumped by 3 classmates. KP, CD, and CB. That's what you get. And they thought that my shit was a joke because, you know, even though CB went to school with me at Walker, came over with me at Buford, and they all decided we're going to jump the skinny half-breed kid. Bad idea. Then in real life fights where I got jumped at my job at Kedler's by these 2 redneckish dudes. And they found out that, you know, that wasn't the best idea they've had. And the girlfriend saved their life. And my coworker, a ginger named C, told everybody that I was a bad motherfucker after that. But he didn't help me. He watched from afar as these 2 guys approached me from the dumpster, or at the dumpster, and told me they're going to beat my ass and throw me in that dumpster. And my exact words to them was simple. You might beat my ass, but you're not going to throw me in that goddamn dumpster. As I was exceptionally claustrophobic, I'm still a little claustrophobic. I do not ride elevators if I can help it. If there's a staircase, I will take the stairs. Now, if I go to New York, and I know the meeting's on like the 5th floor, I can do 5 steps. 5 sets of steps, no problem. If it's on the 45th floor, I'm going to go and take that elevator. But I got to be by the door. I can't be in the back of the elevator. I have to be by the door. Alright? So, now you guys know. I have some claustrophobic issues. It's because when I was a child, I got trapped in an elevator. So, me and elevator are not friends. Alright? It's the same thing like with escalators. If, like at the airport, that little escalator thing that just slides across the floor, I can live with that because that's not that bad. But escalators where you have to go up the stairs, I would prefer to find some stairs. I don't really like escalators because shoestrings and shit get caught in there, and it's a really, really bad situation. So yeah, you ever have to come home without your fucking shoestrings, then you'll know what I'm talking about. So that being said, I really don't like escalators. I don't like elevators. But, you know, I love making fight scenes on steps. So, when you are in a fight, and I'm going to end the video here. When you are in a fight, you have only one person's body did you know. And that is the one in which you live in. You can't look at somebody and decide, I can beat this guy just by looking at him. I can tell what he's capable of. Some people can. I'm going to be honest with you. Most of us cannot. If I've beaten somebody because I've known something that they've gone through, I know how to stop that person, or I know kill zones. Mostly I know kill zones. And those are my primary targets, kill zones. Now, a lot of my fights that I fought, that I've beaten people, is because I've known some things about them. I knew that some of them had asthma. I knew that if I can induce an asthma attack, a person who can't breathe can't hurt me. A person who can't stand can still fuck me up. But a person who can't breathe, they ain't hurting nobody. So that being said, know yourself and know your enemy. You shall not know defeat. Sun Tzu, Art of War. The other quote from Sun Tzu is, you send all the pawns in first, and the real fighters go in last. And the reason that is because a lot of people think that they're really good fighters. Your proof is in that battlefield. If you are in the first wave of fighters, and you're not killed and you survive, you don't get a break. Now in the Art of War, when the other fighters come through, you're going right with them. And this is how you proved yourself way back in ancient China. Now, I'm not Chinese, but I did read the Art of War. Most of it. So, when you are in a fight, regardless of the situation, 1, know yourself. 2, know your enemy. 3, know your surroundings. And if all else fails, know this final thing that's not in the God of War or in the Art of War or any other war book. But know this, above all else, because I was taught this by a black guy. And I hold this true to this day because I've never done it, but there may be a day where I'll have to do it. A good run is better than a bad stand. On that, good night.